Okay, hi there, Roland. What two books should be taught in schools? What can students learn from these novels? This essay has been written by Roland Simon. I think probably it's better was written. Yeah, it just sounds more natural. What books should be taught in schools is a highly contentious issue. If I had to single out these two books, I would choose Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck and White Fang, Know Thee by Jack London. Of Mice and Men takes place in the USA. California during the Great Depression. Of Mice and Men takes place in California in the USA. Takes place in California in the USA during the Great Depression. Alienation and bitter hopelessness used to be the hallmark of these periods of times. So firstly, the Great Depression is one time, or maybe no period of these times. Yeah, used to be the hallmark of these times. Used to be. Yeah, I guess I might put were instead of used to be, but it's okay. Lenny and George, Know Thee, two seasonal farm workers, are inseparable friends. Lenny has herculean physical power, but he's the prisoner of his own mind. George, who is smart, always looks after the lumbering giant at the expense of his own time and his private life. Although Lenny relishes keeping mice because of the pleasant feeling of their soft touch, he inadvertently kills them because he's not aware of his enormous strength. So, without the uncertain interim jobs encumber their everyday financial situation. To make matters worse, you see, I think they're encumbered, not their financial situation. Uncertain interim jobs encumber their everyday financial situation. Okay, I think I'm going to accept it. Uncertain interim jobs encumber their everyday financial situations. To make matters worse, the constant rejection of society overshadows their effort to go ahead in life, to get ahead in life. Conversely, they have a common dream, buying a rabbit farm, which creates a bond and keeps their spirit alive in all kinds of situations. I think in all kinds of situations. From the reader's standpoint, they realize that friendship has an intrinsic value. While other writers acquired knowledge about the wilderness vicariously, Jack London experienced hands-on everything that he wrote about in his books. Okay, I think that's okay. By what time? So, not by the time. At that time, at a certain moment, yeah, or even without that time phrase, I think maybe just some daredevil adventurers come across a yellow metal in Alaska, in Alaskan regions, in isolated Alaskan regions. So some daredevils come across a yellow metal in isolated regions. So I want a semicolon here, join these two. In Alaskan regions. A large number of greedy people embark on an arduous journey through the snowy mountainous forest. Or you could say and so, but I wouldn't, yeah. A large number of greedy people then embark on an arduous journey through the snowy mountainous forest. The desire to obtain sledge dogs, so the desire uncountable, was surging at the dawn of it's called the Gold Rush. White Fang is part dog and part wolf, and he's the main character. A cruel man captures the cub and tries to discipline the animal, but to no avail. So, I guess you could use to discipline here like this, but normally to discipline means to punish in English. So he tries to tame the animal, but to no avail. The owners frequently bludgeon him with sticks. You can't put many times here. That you already got frequently with sticks, rendering him more ferocious. When he reaches maturity, the newest human god, I think his newest human god, compels him to take part in a cruel fight. One occasion, let's see. On one occasion, when he was defeated by a stronger bulldog, Weedon Scott intervenes and saves his life. White Fang is adamant to refuse his master's gentle hand. Although this man makes many attempts to develop trust in the animal, White Fang is adamant to refuse his master's gentle hand, although this man the gentle hand. Although this man makes many attempts to develop trust in the animal. White Fang is adamant to refuse his master's gentle hand. And although this man makes many attempts to develop trust in the animal, White Fang remains implacable. Provided that looking back at his past experience, he senses an ulterior motive in his kindness. So, provided that, on the condition that, no. On looking back at his past experience, he senses an ulterior motive in his, so he and his, okay, his master's kindness. By the same token, there is a desperate fight inside him between the free wilderness and the safety of civilization. Contrary to expectation, White Fang eventually accepts his master at the end of the novel. Despite the fact that how advanced we might become, despite the fact that no. So, despite the fact that, no, let's change this. No matter how advanced we might become, the relationship between human beings and the natural world is inextricably linked. And we become the relationship between is inextricably linked, not with each other, is inextricably linked. In conclusion, despite the vivid description of cruelty in these books, students can learn many important things, such as the love of nature and the appreciation of friendship. So, it's not bad. There are one or two bits that are difficult to read. There are one or two bits where you're scattering in words like this provided that, which just has no place there. Yes, it has got some good bits to it. You're using linkers. You need to improve the way you join sentences and concepts together. I'm going to give it a 6.5 at CPE, so not bad at all.